Hi scholars, we're back. It's time to start on our next assignment, and it's the example essay. The example essay is a lot like your informative essay, except for there's a very specific piece that's important, and that's the examples, as you can imagine. So let's talk a little bit about what an example essay actually does. So for this assignment, you're going to be writing a 5-paragraph example essay. Just like any other 5-paragraph essay that you've probably written in school, the first paragraph is the introduction. It will have a thesis. And then the paragraph 2, 3, and 4 are the body paragraphs, and they will contain your examples. Each paragraph will contain and talk about one example and how it is like and how it is an example. We'll talk more about that. And then paragraph 5 will be the conclusion. So today what you need to expect is that we're going to review what the definition of an example essay is. We'll learn about its purpose, and we'll talk about how to get started. In our next few classes, we'll start creating a draft plan, and then you'll finish that for homework. We'll practice creating an introduction that has a thesis. We will practice creating body paragraphs with topic sentences that connect back to the thesis, and we'll practice creating a conclusion. So as with any writing assignment, the writer has a job, and he's the sender of the information. And then the reader or the audience has a job, and they are the receiver, and they're supposed to take that information and create meaning from it. So in your situation, your job as the writer will be to provide readers with enough information so they can come to the same conclusion that you do. So they'll come and gain knowledge about what it is that you're trying to explain to them. So in particular, you're going to be using examples to do so. Further, it is not a requirement in an example essay for you to encourage the audience to choose one example over another. That's not your objective here. That's a persuasion essay where you're like trying to get your reader or your audience to purchase a particular item over a different one. That would be a persuasion essay. That's not your objective here. Here you're just trying to help the reader understand what his options are and how those options are still create or are part of your definition or your example. So you're thinking, how in the world do I do this? What are you talking about, right? It's not as difficult as you may think. You probably have done it many times before in your oral language, okay? So let me give you an example. Like recently we had a friend. He's he's a young man. He's looking for his first new car. So we asked him, did you want a coupe or do you want a sedan? He said, I don't know. I don't know what the difference is. And so we began to explain, well, a coupe has 2 doors, whereas a sedan has 4. And then the coupe, there are various different versions of the coupe that, that I suspected that he would probably like. So I started showing him pictures of what a coupe looked like, much more like a sports car, compared to what a sedan would look like, and showed him pictures of those as well. But as soon as I started showing him the pictures and giving him examples, he was able to understand what a coupe is. So it's those examples that create the definition, that help the reader or your audience understand and visualize what you're trying to show him or tell him. So let's take another example. Let's say your sister wants to buy your dad a razor for Father's Day, and you ask her what kind she wants to get him, but she doesn't know that there's more than one kind. So you have to explain to her, well, there's the manual kind, where they put the cream on and then they shave. And then there's the electric kind, and that's where they just plug it in and it gets batteries and power, and then they shave. And then there are various different kinds of those as well. So you can show her some examples of them so that she gets a better understanding of what her options are. And in both of those examples, you're not really saying this is the one you should get, but you may suspect that she might like, or your father or even your friend here might like one over the other, but you're not persuading. You're not trying to persuade. That's not your objective here. So get your handy phone out. I want you to open a box or a web page, and we're going to practice this, okay? We're going to practice shopping on Amazon for a bath gift. So put on your imagination hat, suspend all disbelief, and let's imagine that Mother's Day is coming and you're trying to help your friend choose a good gift for his mom. And you think a bath gift is perfect for all moms. And speaking as a mom on behalf of all moms, we would appreciate it if you would give us a Mother's Day gift. And we prefer that you not give us more chocolate, and bath gifts are great if you can also guarantee that no one will knock on the door while we're in the bath. But to go back to our shopping. So you think that he should get his mom a bath gift. And so your friend says, well, what's in a bath gift? She uses soap. What do you want? Come on. No, that's all a girl thing. She doesn't need that. And you're like, please, you can get her one. They sell them on Amazon all the time. But he really doesn't have a clue. So your task is to search Amazon for the right gift. All right, so what do you need to know, right? You've got to identify the criteria. The criteria is what are the parameters, what are the rules that we're going to play by? So one of them is what needs to be in this? What kind of bath set does he need or she need? What scents does she like? What kind of scent does he want to buy for her? And how much money is he going to spend? So right now, I want you to pull out your phone, and I want you to open a web page and go to Amazon, and I want you to search for bath gifts. So pause right now and then come back in just a moment after you've done your search for bath gifts. Ready? Pause now. Okay, we're back. Did your search look like mine? Did you come up with over 70,000 bath gifts? That's crazy. Did it surprise you to learn that there are over 70,000 bath gifts on Amazon? That's a lot of examples, right? So when you're trying to identify a topic and there are over 70,000 examples, you need to narrow it down. That's why you have to have that criteria. Remember the criteria? We had 3 things that we were looking for. We asked what needs to be in it, how much money is he going to spend, and what scent does he want. So he says to you, you ask him, hey, what needs to be in it? Oh, just some bath and shower stuff. Okay. So how much money are you going to spend? Oh, whoa, $25 max. I only have a part-time job, dude. Okay. And what scents does your mom like? And he thinks back, I think I remember some flowery stuff and maybe that purple stuff. Oh, yeah, lavender. Got it. All right, so now you have 3 items that are the criteria. So now we can narrow it down. And fortunately, Amazon makes this easy for the customer. They group the results into categories, making it easier to narrow your search. So let's try narrowing your topic to the bath and shower sets. All right, so now I want you to go back to your Amazon search, and using the search bar right here, I want you, the search bar is on the left, I want you to go down and select bath and shower sets. It's right here, and then click on that. So what did you find? Did you see that now the results are fewer? So now you've got just over 1,000 instead of the 70,000. This is much better. It's a good start. Okay, so now you need to go back to Amazon, go back to your search again, and I want you to use the menu on the left and scroll down, and I want you to select under $25. See it right here? It's in that same menu, under $25. All right, so how'd it go? Did you see now that you're down to 521 results? Much, much more manageable, right? Much more manageable. So now you can narrow down your search some more. So I'm going to have you pause again in just a moment, and I want you to scroll and find the lavender scents that you like, that you think will be good examples that fall into the category. So they're bath and shower, they're under $25, and they're lavender. Or you can go back up to the scroll to the search bar, and you can type in lavender bath sets and then click under $25 and go that route. But I want you to find 3 of them that meet the criteria that, I want you to have 3 examples, okay? So pause right now, and I want you to do that. All right, so this is what I found. I found 3 examples, and they are all 3 different, but you'll see that they all are lavender, and they're all under $25, and they all are bath and shower sets. But they do look different. One's in a box, one's in a basket, and one's in this thing that looks like a bathtub. So let's recall our objective. For the example essay, you want to provide readers with examples to help them understand what the message you're trying to get across. You also want those examples to be very specific so that they understand your point. So what we just did was we found 3 examples that could be there are 3 examples of baskets that could be good for Mother's Day. And they were very specific. They were lavender, they were bath and shower sets, and they cost under $25. So just to remind you, for your example essay, if we were to take all that information and create an example essay with it, we would have an introduction, and then our first body paragraph would be about one of those examples and how it's under $25. We'd talk about exactly how much money it was, how it's lavender, and we would talk about how it's a bath set and all the items that were included in it, and how all those things make it a bath set. And then the paragraph 3 would be about the second example, and we would do the same thing. And then paragraph 4 would be the third example, and we would do the same thing. And then we would have a conclusion. So tonight for your homework, I want you to complete a pre-writing exercise. You can do brainstorming, webbing. You can ask people questions and let them answer so that you get a kind of idea, get your brain working. You can search the web. Whatever you need to do to kind of, get your brain working and get some ideas. But then I want you, for your goal tonight, I want you to be able to identify your topic, narrow it down so that you have some criteria, that it's manageable, and I want you to find 3 examples of it, okay? 3. I want you to find 3. Because in our next class and our next few classes, we're going to create a draft plan, and we're going to practice creating the introduction that has a thesis, and we're going to begin practicing creating our body paragraphs with topic sentences that go back to the thesis, and we will also work on the conclusion. So that'll be next class and then the next few classes. So as always, you know that you can reach me by just texting me or giving me a call or coming to my office during office hours, or email. Okay, so if you have any questions, just let me know.